Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a quick overview or a quick view of what is to come with the lesson plan system and how it will work within Zyqual. So, as you know, every teacher in Jamaica will have access to Zyqual, every school, and so it is a good way to implement the lesson plan portal so that every single teacher, every single school will have access to these, and it will be clear where they are, and also modern features to enable teachers to have access to lesson plans for all subjects, whether they teach it or not, and also for their special area. They are able to create lessons and submit these for approval. So, we have already done the appraisal management system, which would fall under average observations here. Standard observations, which are like the daily walkthroughs for the lesson observations that goes on in schools, or just observation on the whole and student feedback. We also have the SWOT analysis, so this will reflect similarly to the individual professional development plan. So now we're focusing on the lesson plan feature, and when we go there, teachers will be able to select the subject that they want to look at the lesson plans for. They will be able to select the year groups, and they'll be able to see all plans that are created within the system anyway. So, for example, early years 1 was like infant school, year 1 in infant school. Early years 2, infant 2. Primary lower would be year 1 to year 3. Primary upper would be from year 4 to year 6. Secondary lower would be from year 7 to year 9. Secondary upper would be year 10 and 11. Sixth form lower, year 12. Sixth form upper, year 13. And specialist, I'm thinking like different subject areas that does not really fit into the scheme down here, but they can be here for students to learn. So for example, if you're teaching Python programming, if it's not geared or broken up into year groups that students will learn it in a linear fashion, you can put it here, and students will and teachers will be able to access it to be able to deliver lessons from it. So I'm going to take a look at the sample that I'll put in. So I'll put a sample in for primary lower, and every teacher will be able to access these. So this is for year 1 mathematics, and I'm assuming, so I'm just setting this up as an example, but once this goes live, the persons who are responsible for planning will then do their planning and be able to implement it within Zyqual so that it falls into the correct places. So I did 4 different units: numbers, measurements, geometry, and statistics. It says original here, so that when the persons from the core curriculum unit plans these lessons, they will fall under the original lesson plans. And then teachers will be able to duplicate them and create their own version. So let's say Leon Pennecook is a really smart teacher, and he has duplicated the original versions and updated it to look better and have more details that reflects the school or the environment that he is teaching in. Once that is done, he can submit that for approval, and persons from the core curriculum unit can then approve it. And once it becomes approved, it goes live, and everyone across the country can see it and know that he had updated it, and they'll be able to see the difference between the first version and the second version. They can then improve on that even further and also make use of it and then provide feedback. So it will include a lot of different things that will make the whole lesson plan process a lot more efficient, easier, and everyone having access to proper resources that they can use to teach and enable students to make progress. So I'm going to take a look at the original one. So this one wasn't done with a lot of detail. So I'm going to click on the first unit, numbers. I did put 2 lesson plans here. So I'm just going to open the first one, which is identify numbers. And this follows the 5E design. So talks about attainment, benchmark, cognitive, psychomotor, domain, and so on. And I'm aware that some of these might not be relevant anymore or might change. So if update is provided to me, which of these should be removed, then I will remove them or add as is necessary. Key skills, you can see the information that is filled in. I didn't put much information here as I was testing the system. So now that we've seen the original plan, we can then now look at the one that the teacher had copied and duplicated. So I'm going to go into the numbers one just the same. You can see the details are there. Click identify numbers. Teacher had updated 2 plans. Lesson 1. The file names will be changed so that it can be read easier. But as it's a demonstration, we'll keep it like that. And then the different bits of information are here. You can see that the teacher went ahead and added a link that takes you to a website or that will show you information relevant to the materials that they might want to use. So with this, you can include links, you can insert images, you can format your text to make it relevant to the person who's reading and using it. You can add as much detail as you like in each column with images, links to videos, and so on. And that is it for the simple plan, how it's developed. Let's now take a look at secondary lower. So on the secondary lower, I've gone ahead and added the unit plan for year 7, year 8, and year 9 English language. And let's take a look at the year 7 English language. So there are term 1, they will be doing unit 1 and unit 2. Term 2, they'll be doing unit 1, adopting positive behaviors, and unit 2 about citizenship. And in term 3, they'll be doing recreation and health. And in year 8, you can see the different topics here that they'll be doing, or the units. So let's take a look at the year 7, term 1, our personal identity. So I've clicked on that one, and you can see that no file was uploaded. You can upload a file here that covers the entire unit 1, or with all the lesson plans if you have them already in a Word document or a PDF document and so on. So this gives you lots of different options to get the information to the teacher. The background information to the lessons that they are going to be taught, guidance to the teacher can be added there as well. And I have only added 1 lesson as a demonstration means, so I'm going to click on that now. So when I click on it, I've uploaded the lesson plan for this single lesson, because we're now looking at lesson 1. I can download that and then use it, and then the information that is relevant to plans or to this plan is here as well, so the teacher can read it in detail before they decide to download the plan. So key skills, key vocabulary, and I'll put links in here again that takes you to websites that will convey the information. So I've just put that there as a demonstration purpose, but teachers might be able to find website links that they might want to attach to the plans. This is another example. Click on that. Takes you to a website that you want to go to. So you can insert images and put hyperlinks with them. You can insert information. You can format your text. You can add, as much information as you need to make it look interesting and engaging for the user. And so now I'm going to show you how it can be created. So I'm going to click create lesson plan. I can click add new, and I can choose the subject I want to create the lesson plan for. If it is multi-year, that means it goes across. The same plan can be used in multiple year groups. I would choose that. I could then choose the year group I'm going to be doing the lesson plan for. Put my remarks, the total number of units that are going to be in this curriculum, total number of lessons, and I can upload the curriculum files here so that the user can have access to it. So I've already gone ahead and done some of these. So let's now take a look at the English language one. So I'm going to click on the edit tool. So I did put some information here, which is about the background to this English language curriculum for year 7. I've put that there are a total of 30 units, total of 150 lessons. I've uploaded the unit plan to the front page. And then down here, I've added units. So I've added 5 units. and then under each unit I can add lessons. So I've added only one lesson. So this is the one that you'd seen that I shown you earlier. So I can then click edit, and I can put some information here. I didn't put anything there on affective, psychomotor, and so on. So you can just leave like a full stop in if it's not relevant to that lesson. And then you can put as much information as you need. You can insert your pictures. You can look at your links, add links, open it in a new window. Pretty much this is where you add the information that is relevant to the lesson itself. And then you update, and it will be there. You can save it. And once it's saved, you can go ahead and add more lessons if you want to that unit. And you can add as many as you want. So it's quick and simple to add. So you can keep going and adding lessons to the different units, and then users will have access to them. Now once that is finished and persons are using them, they can go ahead and review the lesson. When they click review lesson, they click add review, and they are able to choose which subject they want to review. They'll be able to see all the plans that they've used or have access to here, and they can choose which one. I will update this feature here so that they can search for the specific plan, or it only shows them the plans that they have ticked that they have used. So for example, identify numbers, they can select the window observed. The region will automatically be captured. Grades will be automatically captured there when they choose which grade. Based on the plan, which grade or year group it is used to teach. They can choose the delivery pathway. The system will capture the teacher's unique details when it is when the form is being filled in. So like the years of experience is already logged in the teacher's profile. But because I'm logged in as a external person to the school, that's why it's not picking up that data. My data is not saved there. They'll be able to choose their area of specialization. So a teacher might teach more than one subject, so they're able to choose those subjects that they're specialized in, or one that they have a qualification in. So this section here will be automatically filled in from the teacher's profile. Then down here we'll have a bunch of questions that the teacher will be able to choose from to provide feedback in relation to the lesson plan that they have used. Now, review questions is where we can add and create questions that will fit into the form. So the form has section A, B, and C. So this form comes from here. So this is section C. So let's go up to section A. So this is section A of the form where the teacher's details are captured, and you can see that there will be lots of questions. I just added a few so that we could see that it works. So it will look similar to this, where teachers can see the different questions and they can check the boxes. Once they've done that, this section right here where we have the term and so on, that is also reflected in Zyqual. So if I go back to review lesson plan and click add, it is over here, so the teacher can select the term, whether they use NSC planning, and if it is multi-level, I need to update my spelling here. So yes, if it is multi-level, they can add the year group. They can add the year group here. They can choose the amount of girls and boys in that year group, and you will see that appearing here. I'm not going to add any year group to this one because I'm not doing it. So let's say, for example, this lesson is being taught in a school where the teacher is teaching both year 9 and year 10. You can add the total number of girls in year 10 and year 9 as well. You can add the total number of boys in year 9 and year 10. And that will convey the information to the persons who are reviewing their feedback, how the lesson was used and which year group. After they answer the questions, they go to section B. So section B is some short answer questions that they will fill in. And then once they finish that, it goes to section C, where they will answer some more short answer questions and put their final remarks and save it. So that's technically where we are with the form. And over here you can see the menu. Teachers will be able to create lesson plans from scratch, and those will be added under their lesson plans. Those lesson plans will be able to be submitted to the curriculum unit for approval, or for the head of department for it to be used within their school, and so on. So we will add many functions as time goes by. Sample lesson plans, this is what will come from the core curriculum unit or from ministry, whoever has the responsibility to plan lessons. Clone lesson plans is where the teachers will copy lesson plans from the sample or from another teacher that had created it and it was authorized. And so those are the current features that we have. We have here for completed lesson plans, so the teachers will be working on lesson plans. Once it is finished, they can submit it, and it is completed, they can then submit that for review. Their heads of department can review it and give feedback. If they are planning a lesson and it's incomplete, then it will drop under this tab here, where they'll be able to go and pick it up and continue working on it until it is saved and completed. Under review means that they have submitted it to their head of department or principal or the persons who has the authority to approve or review it. Approved plans, so each teacher will have approved section where they will see all the plans that they've created that have been approved, and all the plans that they've created that have not been approved, and feedback will be there to tell them why it wasn't approved. So all teachers will have the option to be able to contribute to the lesson plan portal, but persons at the top end will be able to manage which plans goes visible countrywide. We can even add features where plans go only region wide, and then once persons in that region have used it and given it some feedback, and let's say it has 5-star, it can then go to all regions. We can come up with many different scenarios to make this truly wonderful system work for our education system. And again, nothing like this exists anywhere else in the world. So this is what we are doing, and this is what we want to give to you to use across the country to improve the education system and ensure that every teacher have access to relevant information that they will be able to use at any level for the students that they teach, so every student can improve. And we are at some point going to work on it so that students can have access as well, so they can access resources that they will need for particular lessons, keywords that they need to study, videos, video files, all the things that they need. Because you have some students who work ahead, and not every student can afford to go to extra lessons. So if they have lessons on here that teachers are delivering, and adding resources so that they can access and use outside of school, this will be a total win for our country. So I would like to meet with you guys to get your feedback, and give you access so that you can start putting some lessons on, getting some feedback from you, so that we can then start improving the system to make it work in the way that your vision goes and also our vision. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and if you have any further questions or feedback, please provide them. And the system is live, even though we are continuing to work on it. It is live, but we would welcome you guys to start using it by putting some lesson plans on, so we can see if there are any bugs. We are doing it, but we are building at the same time, so it would be good if other persons are using it, helping us to point out like spelling mistakes and those things that might pass us as programmers. And so you could help us to achieve that really quick. Thank you very much, and looking forward to meeting you guys and going through this with you and improving this to make it a truly world-class system that others will want to copy. Thank you so much.